Good morning, all. We'll see answer today for what is machine learning and some of the examples of machine learning. Okay, this is the question that they'll ask you in your exam. Define machine learning, explain with specific examples. Okay, when they ask you what is machine learning, there are two definitions in your textbook. You can write either one or both of them. See, machine learning, it is a computer program. Okay, machine learning are nothing but it's computer program. That program will improve its performance with its experience. It means that whenever you give some training examples or whatever the input, its performance keeps on increasing. Okay, whereas the programs that we write, the C program and other, they don't increase its performance. Okay, but machine learning programs, well, just like human beings, they learn from every input that it gets. Okay, that's the difference between machine learning and normal programs. Okay, in technical way, a computer program is set to learn from experience E. Okay, if its if its performance P improves with experience E. Okay, now they have given you the terminology for everything. A computer program is set to learn from experience E with respect to some task T and performance measure P if its performance improves with experience E. Okay, next, there are four applications of machine learning in your textbook. Okay, the first one is learning to recognize spoken words. So in Alexa or even in your cell phones, when you give OK Google, so you speak and the computer or your phones will act accordingly. Okay, that is learn recognizing spoken words. Okay, it is used machine learning is used to recognize the spoken words. That is the first application. See, they have given you two examples. Sping system is the oldest one used earlier. Okay, it's a very initially Sping system was used to recognize the spoken words. In this system, the words that people speak or the sentences that we speak, it will be split into phonemes, means phonic sounds. If I say bat, it will split into b, at, so it will split like that, and then it will convert it into written form. The words that we speak will be converted into written form, and that will be taken as the input. So that's how it worked. Sping system, it's one of the oldest and it's not in use now. Now what we use in our Alexa and other speak recognition instruments is neural network learning and hidden Markov models. Okay, these two we use in all today's gadgets. And here what these two algorithms does is it can recognize the background noise in your voice, and it will eliminate that. If people are speaking at a time, it can recognize that there are two voices. It can recognize the microphone characteristics. It means that if you speak something, it will separate the microphone voice and your voice, and it will take only your voice for analysis. Okay, all these things it can use. That is one of the application of machine learning. The second application is learning to drive an autonomous vehicle. So you have seen Google is already developing since 3 decades, means 30 years, to bring a vehicle into the market that will drive itself without any driver. Okay, it's still not available for general public. As of now, what we have is that if you park a vehicle outside of your homes, the vehicle can drive itself into the garage or your car shed. Okay, that is available now in developed countries. So car will move itself to the shed. Okay, the now that's one application of machine learning. And the machine learning methods have been used to train computer controlled vehicles to steer correctly when driving on a variety of road types. Okay, this the example that they're giving is in 1989, this a team led by Palmer Liu. So this person, he demonstrated a car that using artificial neural networks, um, a car that drove for 70 miles at a speed of 70 miles per hour, and it drove continuously for 90 miles. Okay, on public highways amongst other cars. So this was the first car demonstrated, and it is said that this is the basis for the Google cars that they are developing today. Okay, this is your second example, learning to drive autonomous vehicles. And then third one is learning to classify new astronomical structures. See, astronomical structures means whatever you see in the space, that we call as celestial objects. Okay, so, celestial objects means anything in space, stars, planets, sun, moon, satellites, everything that we call as celestial objects. So NASA did this its second Palomar Observatory Sky Survey. okay, in the year 1995. See, what they did is that using telescope they captured the whole sky. Okay, after capturing the sky, they got an image of 3000 GB data. Okay, 3 terabytes means 3000 GB of image data that included all the celestial objects. Now they used machine learning decision tree technique to classify those objects as stars, the planets, and all those things. Okay, they use decision tree here. Okay, that is learning to classify new astronomical objects. Then learning to play world class backgammon. So there is a one game called as backgammon. It's popular in Iraq. Okay, it's played since 5000 years there. It's one of the old game. See, this game they developed means you can play against the computer. It needs two players. Okay, so the here the person whose name is Tesoro, in the year 1992 he developed a computer program. Okay, and he named it as TD Gammon. Okay, this game now actually while developing the game they have trained it 1 million times. Means we have seen that machine learning will improve its performance with its experience, right? So they have played it 1 million times again the game. Now the game is able to play with human champions, human world champions. So it is trained to that extent. This is one of the example for your machine learning. Okay, we have got four examples. Only these you need to write. I will revise it for you. So machine learning is set, they are the computer programs. Here task will be defined as T, performance you give it as P, and then performance will improve with its experience E. Okay, then the first application is learning to recognize spoken words. Spring system was developed. It was used in earlier days, and now today we use neural networks and hidden Markov methods to recognize spoken words. Okay, then learning to drive autonomous vehicle. With machine learning we can train vehicles to drive itself without human intervention on variety of roads. This was the first demonstrated vehicle, okay, in 1989. Then comes your learning to classify new astronomical structures. NASA used decision tree techniques to classify the celestial objects in 1995, which is still used today. The data that they captured is still in use today. To It has 3000 GB of data. They used machine learning to classify the celestial objects and study on them. Then learning to play world class backgammon. So person Tesaro, he developed a TD Gammon game which played 1 million times against itself while training, and now it is able to play at a level of human world champion. So these are the four applications of machine learning. Thanks for watching.